Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here. I'm really excited because I'm with Kevin Dailey, COO of LivAway Suites. We're at their first ever grand opening. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We're in West Jordan, Utah, a suburb of Salt Lake City.
Correct.
I'd never heard of this town, but by the amount of construction I'm seeing, it seems like this is a pretty expansively growing area.
It really is. It's a burgeoning area. We're really excited about being in this market. And you mentioned the construction, which is a core client base for economy and mid-scale extended stay. So really excited about it.
All right, so we're focused today on your property, upscale economy stay lodgings over here. A beautiful property from the outside. I had the opportunity to stay on the inside, but before we take a tour of this property, and you're going to want to stick around to see how this property is differentiating itself from other folks in the economy extended stay sector and the extended stay sector at large. What were you thinking? Where did this come together from, and why go ahead and create your own brand?
Great question. Well, it really was born during the pandemic. In early 2021, developers at West 77 Partners decided that, you know what, there could be a better alternative for guests in our space. And so we decided that we'd build something better. And basically the concept is everything a guest needs and nothing they don't. And this unit here, our prototype is 4 stories, 126 units. And
I just want to stop you there for 1 second because I love that philosophy. Everything the guest needs, other things they don't. Right. I think we spend too much time as an industry, and we learned this lesson, I think, during the pandemic, was asking guests what they'd like as opposed to thinking about what they really need to have a successful stay.
Really, I agree. And so amenity creep's a thing. We all know that. And so in this, sector, the margins need to be tight. Obviously, the operating model needs to be tight, and you got to avoid the things that guests really don't need. And so you'll never see a swimming pool here. We don't have food and beverage. We don't have meeting space. It's really a hybrid between multifamily and a traditional economy transient hotel.
Excellent. Well, I will say I filled up the bathtub and took a little swim.
Well, good for you.
Anyway.
Good for you.
Just kidding. All right, so it's great. How many rooms did you say?
126.
126. Why that particular size, and what are the economics behind making that decision?
Well, really the secret sauce in this segment is occupancy. And so with 126 units to make these things really hum, we'll run between 84 and 86% occupancy once stabilized at an average rate in, call it the mid-80s, mid to high 80s. And so 126 units just makes sense economically in terms of the return on investment.
Excellent. All right, so let's turn this camera around and take a look at this building going forward. All right, let's walk to it and just talk a little bit as we're walking to here. So tell me a little bit about what you're thinking about with creating this curb appeal and the entryway with this design.
Well, we wanted a more modern, upscale, sleek appearance that's Scandinavian inspired. And we think we captured that with the porte cochere in our vestibule here. Obviously, today is our grand opening. Appreciate you being here for that. We're getting set up as we speak.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So you have the opening of the porte cochere. It's there we go. Let's go inside and see what we got. So one of the things that I love about your brand, Kevin, is you're focusing a lot more on creating opportunities for success through the use of technology.
Absolutely.
First thing we're going to see is check-in kiosks for when the front desk is closed overnight, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Let's take a look.
Sure. After you.
After you.
Or after me.
After you.
There we go. So as we were evolving and contemplating our technology stack, really had to check 2 boxes. Any decision we made, first and foremost, had to improve or enhance the guest experience. And second box that had to be checked was that it had to support our very lean labor model.
Right.
And so we don't operate 24/7 in terms of an open front desk. Many economy extended stay hotels don't either. But to supplement that, our lobbies are open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
That's pretty good.
After 11 p.m., this is how guests check in. So this is one-stop shopping for a guest. This kiosk is powered by our partner Verdi, and you can do everything on this kiosk that you can do inside chatting with a front desk guest service representative. So you can check in, you can check out. If you happen to lose your keys or in the middle of the night, you're a stay-over guest, you can re-verify your ID at the kiosk and print yourself a new key. You can use your digital key. It really is one-stop shop.
Yes, and I will say, speaking about the digital key, 24 hours before I got the check-in, I was given the opportunity to do that. So I downloaded the app and went through that, and I just had to provide a few pieces of basic information to verify who I was. And then I was able, if I started to use the key. Now, for me, coming here to a brand new hotel, I wanted to have an interaction with the front desk, which I enjoyed very much too. So now we've successfully checked it. Let's go inside and take a look at what we're looking at.
All righty.
Next. All right.
So what we
Is this free coffee?
it is complimentary coffee. Does support our tech-forward type of approach. It's one-stop shopping here at the coffee bar as well. Variety of beverages that you shop.
Yes.
For yourself.
Yeah, it reminds me of going to a VIP lounge at one of the casinos and choose whatever type of beverage you want. Cappuccinos, macchiatos, any of that kind of stuff. Me, I'm a regular coffee guy, kind of. I'm very simple, as simple eats. All right, so before we talk about out over there, what I really like here is the furnishings that you have over here not only sets the mood for that Scandinavian style that we've been talking about over here, Kevin, but it's more upgraded, and it really feels like this is a property that's at a different price point than what you're actually selling at per.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, and that was exactly what our intent was.
Yeah.
As we appointed the lobby area.
Yeah. So what do we got over here?
Well, guests stay for long term, right? So guests receive packages just like we do at home. God knows my wife receives enough packages. And so this is our parcel system, our smart parcel locker. And basically couriers come in and they drop packages off for our guests. Our PMS provides the guest list on a daily basis to the locker, so the courier knows exactly where the guest is staying in-house and how long they're staying. And I can demonstrate it for you.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. And again, focusing on technology, simplicity, and the things that guests are really need as opposed to what they want. And if you're staying for a long period of time, you're obviously going to be getting packages, particularly in our day and age.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
So just happen to have a package here.
What a coincidence.
No idea how it got here. So each courier has a unique code. So FedEx has their own code, right? Prime has their own code, and so on. And so the courier will step up to the lockers and touch the pad as a courier, enter their code. In this case, 15497 is Amazon's unique code.
Right.
They're asked to select the guest that they're dropping a package off for.
Oh, cool. I won't show that, but there's a list of all these names.
Thank you for that. Then the courier selects the size locker they need relative to the size of the box.
That's really cool.
They
I
scan.
was wondering how they did that.
Appropriate size locker opens up. Courier drops the package off, shuts the door, clicks I'm done, and the courier's off to their next stop. Meanwhile, the guest gets a text message or an email of their preference. Mine just came in with a unique code, so they can come to the front desk. They can come to this area, pick up their package in the middle of the night when the front office might be closed, anytime they want to pick or retrieve their package. So they enter their unique code as a guest, 86180, just like magic. Now there's a weight sensor in each one of these compartments, so the lockers actually know when the package has been picked up. Wow. Guests closes the door and they're on their way.
That's pretty clever. All right, so now I guess we'll put the package down. We're on our way. We're going to go through here. What I found interesting is you have extra security over here.
We do.
You a second
Yep.
of your keys. The first time I ever saw that, I thought that was pretty clever.
For security reasons, these doors are always
shut. Wobbly open right now.
Yep.
With almost any range, the opening art.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So if we want to check out a couple of guest rooms,
let's do it.
Right down the hall here.
So, Kevin, when you were thinking about the layout of the guest rooms, how did you approach the design and thought process behind it?
Well, we have 2 room types,
Yep.
plus 7 rooms for universal access. But the 2 room types are our king suite and our double queen suite,
Right.
which a lot of our competitors in this space don't have the king suite. So we think that's a point of differentiation. Yeah. The king suites are roughly 330 square feet. Right, let's take a look. Motion sensors in the bathroom.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it was very convenient when I got up in the middle of the night that I did not have to injure myself trying to go to the bathroom. This is great. So the showers, fantastic for shower rod, which I love because it increases the feeling
experience in the bathroom. Yeah. Enhanced shower heads as well.
Great shower. It does not feel but as an economy product.
And a little bit more space for guest belongings in the bathroom as well.
Right. Yeah, this is great. Nicely thought out. All right, let's see. Let's move it to the main part.
So, as I said, our king suites are roughly 330 square feet. Our double queens are 390, so the average square footage in our building for our guest rooms is about 350 square feet. But you can see with this center island here,
Yeah.
we wanted to incorporate more of a residential experience. And so who doesn't these days in their apartment or their homes have some type of communal area for people to gather? You know, when I entertain at home, I can't get people out of my kitchen.
I can't get people to come to my home. I totally understand where you're coming from.
Right? And so this space is designed for working. You can sit here, you can cast your favorite TV programs from, you know, Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever you prefer. You can have your laptop here, you can cook a meal, eat here, watch dinner, take a meeting. Basically, that was the intent behind this island.
Now, I did not eat dinner here last night because I got a little late, but he gave me some amazing snacks, which I enjoyed. Seated just in that seat.
Good.
Laptop open, getting my work done. Felt it was really productive. And what I also like about this place is it doesn't feel small, but it doesn't feel large. One of the problems that I see with certain hotel designs is if they feel a little too big. I don't know what to do in that space.
Right.
Here, everything feels just right.
Well, good.
Also, Kevin, let me just throw in this full-size fridge.
Yep, full-size fridge, full microwave, dishwasher, and cooktop in every unit.
Yeah.
And I think our sink is a little larger than some of the others that I've experienced in this segment as well.
Well, I enjoyed reheating my coffee 17 times this morning in a full size.
Well, there you go.
So thank you
There you go.
for that. All right, sleep experience.
Yep. Pillow top experience beds. Our linens that we feel are a little bit elevated. Hopefully you enjoyed your experience. And a good night's rest.
Very well, which is why I'm being so silly today.
Plenty of outlets. Everybody's traveling with gadgets these days, so we have outlets behind this chair. Our lamps are equipped with outlets. There's an outlet below here and 2 over there next to the other side of the bed.
2 outlets. I'd like to get the laundry baskets.
Yep, long-term stay. Yep. We can show you our guest laundry room a little bit later.
Yeah.
And the cubby space, as well as storage under the bed. And so you can see guest small containers, suitcases. Remember, guests are staying here anywhere from 14 to 30 days.
Right, Feather, that you really considered every single square foot that's in this space. How many square feet is this?
This suite, about 330,
300. All right, that's what I thought you said when we walked in here.
which makes it a little bit bigger than some.
Yeah, and it also just feels, like I said, very comfortable. So I'm really enjoying that. And I also just think about you're sitting right here at the desk. Whoop, whoop, whoop. When we go there, you can see the TV right there. It's like perfectly organized. And I'll say, Kevin, one of the things that have always traditionally bothered me is I feel like a lot of hoteliers, when they design rooms, never actually stayed in a hotel before.
That's exactly right.
But you hit the details right, and I get really wonky over here. The chair that we have over here, which is more of a stool chair with a high back, is comfortable, but the appropriate height for the thing. I'm an average sized guy, and I'm getting tired of putting pillows under my butt in order to hang a table.
I'm the same
And
way.
with the angle on the TV, it's just the right distance for my old eyes, and everything is really
Plus, you have knee clearance on both sides of the island.
yes, it's great. So if I ever want to have someone come over and have a meal with me, that's great. So let's continue on. Where we have
Absolutely. One thing I did want to point out, too, is through our research, we found that the 2 biggest complaints in this segment are noise and odor, whether it's odor from a pet, because we are a pet-friendly brand, or it's odor from cooking. So we wanted to put our cooking area of the guest suite furthest away from the door as we possibly could, and we added an extra ducted vent here over the cooking area.
Excellent.
And so a lot of our counterparts have their kitchen area here,
Yes, correct.
which is right next to the door where odors have a better opportunity to seep out of the room.
All right, so you've got a safeguard. I'm cooking over there. You got
our vent here.
right up there, so I can get the angle right over there, which is kind of cool. But yeah, which is very different than the way I grew up in an apartment in
Absolutely.
Queens, where you could smell everybody's ethnic cuisine, which was fun.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go and see the next space that you'd like to show us.
Absolutely.
This is so much fun. I like walking around
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
doing this. All right, so the hallways are pretty simple. My guess is to be more appealing to development costs as well, because
Yeah.
why spend where you don't need to?
That's exactly right. And on floors 2 through 4, we do have the carpet tiles as well. First floor, though, guests coming in from the elements, dragging in. From an operations perspective, it's easier to keep this space cleaner.
I like that you were thinking in that sort of way. It's not just how much the cost of everything is to install, but the lifetime maintenance of it.
Absolutely. Protecting the asset.
And Kevin, we're in an environment today where we really need to focus on every single penny, right? It's getting harder and harder to push rates.
Cost of construction is continually going up, as you know.
Right. So anything that you could do to lower the day-to-day operating costs is really essential, which is why I think you spend so much time thinking that through.
Absolutely.
All right. So double.
Yep. This is our double queen suite. The bathroom is basically identical to what we just saw. You could say hello to my colleague, Aaron. Aaron's actually from West 77 Partners, the developer of this project.
Excellent. Congratulations.
And so the square footage in this room, as you can feel, is bigger. This is about 390 square feet. Obviously,
but I would say if you only had one bed in here, it would feel a little too big, and I'd feel a little lost in the space.
True. I agree. And so a lot of the competition out there, I don't believe, have double queens. So I think this is a point of differentiation for us as well.
Yes. And I find sometimes people say they have queens when they're really full.
Yes, I've heard that too.
I know.
And so that second complaint through our research we talked about in the other suite was noise.
Right.
So a couple of things we've done to mitigate noise. We've done something known as staggered stud construction.
What does that mean?
Basically, if you look down before the drywall was applied, if you look down this wall, you would see every other stud is back set just an inch or two.
Wow.
And so that cuts down on the noise transference and the vibration from room to room.
Right, because it's not touching another piece.
Correct. So it's not a solid connection to transfer.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Really, West 77 did a tremendous amount of research.
Yeah, and the whole thing is West 77 started, 2014? It had been a hospitality investor prior to brands that we all know.
Yeah.
But then decided to get into the development of their own.
That's exactly right. Yeah, they've been about a decade developing economy extended stay hotels.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So they've really got it down. So let's move on and see what else is next.
Well, the kitchen area is identical. As we said in the other suite, every room is a full-size refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher, cooktop, and sink with the island experience as well. So it's basically the same experience, just a bigger room that accommodates more people.
Yeah, great. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Go back down the hallway and see some other elements of this property. While we're going, how do you think about your expansion plans? Because I know you have something like 8 other properties already in the ground, another couple of dozen, I think, on the list already.
We do.
How are you thinking about places to go and the expansion strategy in general?
Well, West 77 Partners has a master development agreement right now with LivAway Suites. And they have a plan that will get them to 50 hotels open or under construction by the end of 2026.
Yeah, that map you have out front of all the locations is pretty impressive.
Throughout the country. And so we haven't started franchising yet. Hopefully next year, probably Q1, Q2, we'll start that effort. But then who knows where the brand grows from there. As you know, it's the most exciting space right now in terms of growth and attention.
It certainly is. Extended stay properties, by nobody's surprise, is the #1 type of property currently being built, equating to something like 30+% of the under construction, new construction pipeline, according to our friends over at Lodging Econometrics. So no surprise, everybody's getting into this business because the operating model makes sense. And one of the things that I think is really cool that you're doing, sir, is that you're putting the money into building a certain number of properties before even thinking about rolling it out. So many of the brands are like, hey, you take that risk when we start something, not us.
Yeah, we don't want to be the brand that says this is a great value for development just because we said so.
Yeah.
And so when we start franchising, we want to be able to lay out the performance of dozens of properties and say, don't believe us for what we're saying. This is what these things accomplished. The ramp period is so short. We'll be at 70% occupancy stabilized here probably within 90 or 120 days.
That's pretty impressive.
I mean, last night we were at 42% occupancy here, and we're in week 3.
Wow.
So the demand for this segment is pretty strong.
Yeah, it certainly is. And there's a lot of other products being built in markets that are growing like this. So it really shows that now's the time to get in before other people can really gain that foothold. All right.
I agree.
So, Kevin, one of the things that I'm trying to do is stay a little bit healthier as I get old. So when we talk about a fitness center here.
Absolutely. Well, again, along the lines of everything you need and nothing you don't, it's a basic fitness center. Couple of treadmills, elliptical, and kind of what we used to call a Nautilus machine, but this kind of does all kinds of different exercises. Not uncommon in this space. But again, just a nice, clean, bright, fresh experience for guests to come in.
New gym smell.
Kind of feels a little open with the glass on both sides of these two walls.
I really, it's funny. I really like this glass, and there's the elevator and go upstairs. It really opens up the space a lot.
What I've seen in a lot of hotels is where they just take an old room and convert it.
Yeah.
Very claustrophobic.
It does. It does.
Light here makes me feel more connected to wanting to work out.
Well, then maybe we should pause here and let you get a workout in. What do you think?
Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. I did my stretching routine this
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
At our age, you got to do that every day.
Every day. I'm sometimes twice a day.
All right. So really the last stop room I wanted to show you is our guest laundry. And so in line with that tech-forward approach,
Lights.
got a motion detector. But our units, as you can see, stainless steel, more modern, more residential kind of feel. A lot of our competitors have the old-fashioned white machines that are coin-operated.
Yeah.
These don't accept coins, credit card, or you can download an app, and you can control your wash through your app. So it can actually text you when your laundry's done. You can come down and put it in the dryer, or we're done.
So I had a recent experience with that. I was on a
2-week trip, and in the middle, I needed to do my laundry, and had one of those machines at this particular hotel that I was at. It was amazing because it really got rid of people forgetting about their stuff in there for one.
Exactly.
It gave me back my time. I didn't have to stress out about anything. Yep. And paying for everything and doing everything through the app was amazing. I was like worried I was going to be freaked out, but it would. And then it just opens up.
And it worked. Yeah. And it kind of gives you that modern, more tech-friendly and forward experience. So, I mean, think about it. Digital nomad, we've all heard about that new vertical in our space. They travel, they work. If you're taking Teams meetings or Zoom meetings while your linen or laundry's being done, go back to your meeting. And when it's done, you'll get a text, come down and take care of it. And you don't miss a step at work.
Yeah. So you're talking about starting, franchising sometime next year.
Yes.
What are some of the things as well that you're going to be talking about with messaging to the franchise community that's going to show you guys are going to be a smart investor's choice compared to other places to invest their money?
Well, one of our taglines and one of our core values is we are for developers by developers.
Yep.
And so what does that mean? Well, first, our fee structure, when we announce it, will be the lowest in the industry.
Right.
Not including key money, just flat out lowest fee structure.
All right. Awesome.
The other thing we're going to incorporate is we're not incorporating any rebates. So any vendor relationships that the brand has negotiated and pricing will be passed down directly to our franchisees, which is not always the norm these days with the big brands.
So how are you going to make money then?
Well, really, the brand exists to make the real estate wildly accessible. And so, period. If there's a site that doesn't, in our mind, produce the ROI that is, what we want our developers to experience, we won't pursue it. It's just that simple. And so we put the real estate before we put the brand.
And you're actually in investigating and figuring out the best locations in order to build these.
We are.
Potential developers just get right in there.
Yeah, we're working with the Highland Group and have now for 2 to 3 years. And they've developed some 25 KPIs that they use to evaluate different sites throughout the country. In fact, it was the Highland Group and Mark Skinner that actually drew us to the Salt Lake City MSA as a great place for this model.
That's fantastic. While we're here, why not check out my Extended Stay Lodging Association podcast with Mark Skinner and Peggy Berg
Well, there you go.
from Highland Group. You can check that out wherever you get your shows, wherever you're watching this one. So that's pretty amazing. So going forward, where is this all going to go? What are your expectations for this brand, and how do you think you're going to disrupt some of those household company names that we know out there?
As I mentioned earlier, West 77 Partners has a path for 50 to be open or under construction by 2026, at the end of 2026. So that is really going to be the leader in terms of our growth and development. And when we start franchising, the sky's the limit. Who knows? So right now, West 77 Partners has an exclusive master development agreement with the brand that will obviously be pulled back as franchisees express interest in markets like the Southeast, the South, the West, etc. So we'll play that by ear when the time is right, but we really just want to prove our concept first. Piggybacking with West 77 to make sure that this is proven, and we can then say, don't do this because we say so. Do this because here's how these assets perform.
We've lived it, we built it, we have done it. Kevin, this has been great talking with you
Awesome.
today.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you watching. This is going to be a video you're going to watch over and over again, so be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. Text word hotel to 66866. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Kevin Dailey. We hope to see you at LivAway Suites soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.